Good morning, beautiful people, or whatever your time zone is. Welcome back to another fun fishing Friday. Today we'll be playing some Stardew Valley and talking about finding your passions. If you don't know who I am wannabeNPC. I'm a variety streamer over on Twitch, but also a YouTube content creator. So if you'd like to see more of my stuff, make sure you check out the description below to see some of my other content. I also wanted to let you know that I have 2 workbooks out now. I have a workbook on breakups, but I also have a workbook on starting as a streamer and what that's like and what are my best tips. So if you want to check those out, please do. And I just can't wait to talk to you today. Talk to you soon. Bye. Did I say goodbye? I meant to say hello. So today we're talking about finding your passions in this lovely, fun fishing Friday. Finding your passions, I think, can mean a lot of different things. But today I'm kind of talking about it in the sense of finding things that you enjoy, that you want to incorporate into your life, that fill you with energy. And maybe it's a hobby, or maybe it's just something else. I don't know. I guess we'll find out together. So this topic was suggested by IrvinVonIcerin, a Twitch streamer, so please check them out. And to start us off, I want you to know that I am someone who has tried many, many hobbies, including expensive ones. I have tried photography as one of my more expensive ones. I have tried drawing, painting. I was in an adult coloring phase for a while. And by adult coloring, I don't mean not safe for work content. I just mean a bunch of adults coloring pictures together. My cousin and I even had a huge Facebook group filled with, I think it was like over 1,000 people. I don't even know how we grew it that big. But adult coloring was so in at the time that we just would post our pictures and how they came out in the group and talk to each other. And it was really supposed to be a safe, supportive space. I mean, all we were doing was coloring and posting our art, But believe it or not, there was still drama and still, people being inappropriate. It was absolutely, crazy. And I was maybe, I don't know, it was an adults coloring group, but I have no idea if I was an adult yet. I don't even know how old I was. I guess I feel like I was 18, but it feels like I was younger than that, too. Oh, I cannot fish Haley. I need to talk to Haley. Sorry. Anyway. I just got into the game for a moment. So, what was I going to say? The thing with these things is I always lose my train of thought, so bear with me. I've tried so many different things. So like I said, photography, adult coloring, drawing. I bought watercolors to paint, and I never really did much of that. I did that maybe a few times. And I think watercolor painting is so beautiful, but it's not something that I've really been able to dedicate the time to, but I think about it all the time. As a kid, I was really into poetry, and I'm talking middle school into beginning to middle of high school, I would say. I was writing poetry all the time, all over my agenda, all over any page I could get my hands on. It was just something that I was always doing. Not good poetry by any means, but it was something that I really was just doing all the time. It came naturally to me. It was something I was just doing, It's so funny because now I feel like I can't write at all. And it was just something that I was doing constantly then. And they were always these sad poems, and I think it was just a way for me to just express myself as I was an angsty teenager, or preteen. So I've tried many things because nothing ever really feels like it fills me enough. That's why I'm constantly trying new things. I feel like there's some kind of empty piece in me that, I don't know, I want to be really passionate about something. And it's really hard to find something that you really, really love to do. Have you ever felt like you just don't care about anything, don't care to do anything, don't really have the energy to? I want you to know that that's pretty normal. I don't know if everybody talks about it, but I think it's a normal feeling that a lot of us have. I'm actually surrounded by a lot of very motivated people that are really into fitness. I have quite a few of those friends now that just love to be eating superfoods all the time or going to the gym like 24/7. Really, really wonderful and great things. And then I also have the opposite of the spectrum, where, and I'm usually there. I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. I feel stressed out about it too sometimes because I just don't want to get up and do something. And I could just feel like I just don't care. So something that you should know is that this is also a sign of depression sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. The fancy word for it is called anhedonia. And it's just something to take into consideration if you've never thought of that before, if it's something that you experience. And again, this is not a diagnosis. This is not professional advice in that way. It's just something that you should be aware of and watching for, because I want you to enjoy life and live life to the fullest. So something to look into is called behavioral activation. It's about building routines and just doing things, getting your body moving. When we are kind of lounging around where we don't want to do anything, we often stick to that cycle. It's hard to get out of it. So if you're able to build routines that make you feel cozy and comfy, like having a really nice morning routine, that's something I really recommend to people, and I'm trying really hard to do it for myself. Right now, my morning routine is pretty much non-existent. I pretty much roll out of bed and just get to work. But I watch so many morning routine videos, and just the act of slowly waking yourself up in the morning, maybe having a cup of coffee, maybe having some lemon water, making your bed so you feel like you're in a neat space. Slow moving things, even if it's just one thing to add into your morning. I think it can make all the difference in you finding your passions and finding what works for you. I'm also a big believer in making each day have something that you look forward to. So again, you might not know what your hobbies are or what your passions are necessarily, but even if there's something small that you're looking forward to, maybe you're grabbing a cup of coffee with a friend, or just alone and for yourself and having some self-care. Just incorporating something that you really enjoy into each day, so that way you can wake up in the morning and say, man, I can't wait to play a game with my friend later, or I can't wait to watch my favorite show underneath a blanket with some popcorn in hand tonight. Whatever it is, find something that you look forward to, even if it's so super duper small. And it's okay if it's small, it doesn't matter. Just add it into your day. I think also trying new things. And again, they don't have to be expensive things, but just trying new things for you to look into. You never know what you might find. I got into bullet journaling about a year ago. Not this past August, but the August before was when I first started doing it. I was watching bullet journaling videos on YouTube for months, and I was too afraid to get the journal because I said, oh, well, I'm not going to make it look pretty. It's not going to look great. I'm not going to keep up with it. I was putting up all of these different excuses for me to not try something. And it wasn't like I was going to be harmed. Let's say I tried it and it just didn't go into fruition. That's okay. Who cares? I think I was afraid of failure. Like I would be failing on bullet journaling. But it's not a failure, it's just we try something and see if it works or if it doesn't work. It doesn't have to be as heavy as we make it out to be. So it actually ended up being something that I mostly stick to. Sometimes I go, weeks where I maybe write one thing in it and don't really put effort into it, and that's okay. I go with the flow. It's part of my lifestyle. It's part of helping me organize myself. That's all that it is. And it doesn't need to be perfect. No one's really looking at it except for me and maybe my stream if I show any of my viewers, a spread that I think looks nice or anything like that. But you could also bullet journal and keep it really simple and not really have any decorative spreads. It could be anything you want it to be. And that's really what the point of this video is finding things that suit you. Finding things that make sense for you. And they don't have to be perfect, they don't have to be neat, they don't have to be decorative. It's just finding something that you enjoy. You could try drawing, you could try just finding new music to listen to. I find that when I get a new song that just connects to me, that could be so healing for me or energizing for me. So finding something new to listen to, maybe picking up a new instrument. Ukuleles you could get them as low as $40, I think, sometimes. And they're probably one of the easiest instruments to learn. Again, I only know like 4 chords because it was one of the hobbies that I tried, and then I kind of gave up after that. But hey, even if you know only 4 chords, you can make a lot of songs out of that. And just be in your body and really just get into yourself. And when I say be in your body, I mean quieting your mind and paying attention to your senses, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're hearing. Knitting and crocheting are also really great for that because it's such a sensual activity, and I don't mean that in an inappropriate way. I mean really paying attention to your senses. You could try volunteering if you really like giving but you don't know what to give. Maybe looking for a volunteer project near you. Or maybe finding a hobby just isn't your thing, and that's okay. I always recommend meeting new people to just talk or to just listen. You don't always have to be doing something. But I think socialization really helps us a ton. And actually the countries that have the longest lifespan are because they have the most socialization, the most community aspects. At least that's what I remember learning back in college. But I always found that so interesting because connection is what helps us live. And I think that's the biggest thing in finding your passion, is finding who you connect to, what you connect to. And if you've ever seen the movie Soul that Disney made, I think the biggest lesson from that is everybody has their own timeline. Everybody is their own unique self. And some people don't have a specific hobby or passion that they practice, and that's okay. I think just being you is the most important thing. And you have a soul that is unique and beautiful. So just focus on that. Keep your stress low. Find ways that you can just enjoy life. I think that's the most important thing, is finding what works for you. You being yourself. Enjoying your life. Even in super duper small ways. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you have any tips of your own about finding passions or finding people to connect with or connecting with yourself? I'd love to know and hear all about it. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like it and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Be well.